Listen, I'm here with two of my brothers from Iraq Veterans Against the War. I'm here with my brothers from Vietnam Veterans Against the War. And I'm here with my brothers from Veterans for Peace. And we've been graciously asked to lead this march down to the CNN building. And I'll tell you what, we're proud to be marching with you guys today. We belong down here in the trenches with you who are fighting against these illegal and immoral occupations. And we're going to keep fighting with you. We're going to keep fighting until these things end and we get the change that we want to see.
Occupation is a crime from Iraq to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime from Iraq to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime from Iraq to Palestine.
My name is Mike Burke. I spent a little over 10 years in the Army during the Vietnam War. I did a tour in Vietnam, one in Germany and one in Korea. I've been in this movement, the peace movement or anti-war movement, whichever you want to call it, since 6 months before the war started with the Peace Network at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta, and then we vets started getting together, and we've got a group now that's called Georgia Veterans Alliance, and we have 8 different veterans peace-oriented organizations, all kind of under the same umbrella. And it's working out real well. We're trying to build up force because with the lack of the college students on the streets for this war like they were back in Vietnam, somebody has to do it. And people seem to think that veterans have something extra special to say.
I was in the Marines for 5 years. And I was in Iraq from December of 2004 to December of 2005. Our mission's first an immediate withdrawal of all troops from Iraq, not renaming them, but withdrawing them from Iraq. The second is reparations to the Iraqi people for all the damage we caused their country. And the third is full coverage and health care and benefits for veterans. So that's what we're out here demanding. And we're trying to hold Atlanta and our country as a whole accountable for Obama. Let him know that we want this to end and we want it to end now.
Stop the torture, stop the war. That is what we're fighting for. Stop the torture, stop the war.
Today, on the 6th anniversary of the invasion of Iraq, we're here to say stop, bring the guys home. Guys and girls, or ladies, bring them home, get out of this mess we're in. 6 years is too long. 1 week was too long. I was out here before the march, before the war started as well, on these very streets, marching against going into Iraq in the first place. In fact, I went to jail that day that the invasion began. On March the 20th, 2003, arrested at the very same place that we're going today at the CNN Center.
Stop the torture, stop the war. That is what we're fighting for. Georgia, stop the war. That is what we're fighting for.
What we try to do mostly is we file claims for veterans and I happen to be the chairman of the homeless and the incarcerated committee. And so I'm always looking for veterans who are homeless to try to help them out.
I missed my opportunity to protest when I was sent to Vietnam, and I was largely unaware of the differences of opinion and the objective truths relating to Vietnam. And I think that we owe it to ourselves and the country to try to inform ourselves and inform everyone else that there is an objective truth that's largely being hidden today about why we're in Iraq and why we're in Afghanistan and what the destruction we're wreaking in those countries and the damage to the lives of the innocent civilians there and our own soldiers and men and women who are serving in the military there. I want it to stop. I want to bring our troops home alive and uninjured and not send any more. They didn't attack us, and we are not making friends there by being there.
Ladies and gentlemen, so listen, we're talking a lot about Iraq, and we're talking a lot about war crimes and war criminals, but you know what we need to start talking about too? Afghanistan. Yeah! Because you know what? Iraq and Afghanistan are the same damn thing, right? They're not wars, they're occupations. Occupations can't be won or lost. Occupations can continue or they can end. And you know what? They're both drains on the U.S. economy. We talk so much about the $700 billion bailouts, and we talk about the $1 trillion that the Fed just pumped into the banking system. But you know what? Maybe we need to start talking about the $1 trillion occupations that we're waging, right? Do you know that the Department of Defense budget for this nation is more than half of our annual budget?
That's right.
And you know what? President Obama is getting ready to expand that even more.
That's right.
We have 121 military bases throughout the globe in 121 different countries. I don't know what that sounds like to you guys, but that sounds like we are putting way too much of our tax dollars into militarism.
That's right. That's right. Healthcare, not warfare.
Healthcare, not warfare.
Healthcare, not warfare.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are the voice. You know what? There is a dominant story that is being told in your names about these occupations. And that dominant story is, hey, sure, it's messed up. Sure, we've made mistakes. But you know what? We're still doing the right thing. It's up to you guys, the people who know and the people who have felt the true cost of these occupations, to let everyone else know that that is a false narrative and that we need to start telling the American people and the people of the world the truth. And we need to end these occupations now. Thank you.
It's extraordinary to think that we've been in Iraq for 6 years. This is the anniversary of our having been there for 6 years. We want people to realize how long this has gone on and that it's time to stop.